These all topics are covered. Okay, we have to discuss about the enzymes. So basically these enzymes are what? These enzymes are the biochemical biomolecules which are act as a biocatalyst, that I already told you that it enhance the chemical reaction, right? It enhances the chemical reactions. And hormones are what? They are the endocrine substances which are act as a chemical messengers of human body. Elements of molecular biology, that is your nucleic acids and molecular genetic, that is your DNA, RNA and protein synthesis, regulation of gene expression, recombinant DNA technology. So this is all about the biomolecules. Till now, anybody have doubt? Anything else related to this? Related to the biomolecules, any doubt? Now we have to move our second topic, that is your safety precaution which we have to take in a lab. So any idea which type of safety precaution we have to take when we are working inside the lab, and why it is important? The first question is that why it is important. Why the safety precaution is important? Anyone? Yeah, apron should be worn, clean equipments, right? Okay, let's start. I hope now it will not be hang. So in biochemistry laboratory, what we have to do, we have to handle a chemical. Which type of chemical? Both. Like diluted form, like powder, some like powder form, and along with the powder we also handle the liquid form. Now in liquid form there are acids are also present, so we are handling the acid also. Along with the chemicals we are also handle the reagents, biological samples and instruments. So when we are handling a lots of thing, we have to take a extra precaution. Now what we have to do, we have to ensure that the safety of the that safety of ourselves, and along with the safety of ourselves we have also ensured that the safety of the instrument that we are handling, or like with the environment in which we are working. Okay, so we have to ensure each and everything thing when we are working in a lab. The first and the main thing which we have to focus on, that we are not allowed to eat anything inside the lab. Okay, we are not allowed to eat anything. It is very important. Okay, it is very critical to prevent the accidents, contamination, and injuries. Safety practices protect both personal and the environment. When we do our safety practices, so these safety practices protect the both, like it protect the personal level also, and along with the personal level it also protect the environment. What is the objective? So the main objective is that we have to understand the importance of the laboratory system, and we have to learn the SOPs. Like what is the procedure? SOPs means that Standard operating procedure. When we are working in a laboratory, we have to know the standard operating procedure. Which type of procedure? We have to learn about the safety rules and good laboratory practices. We have to identify the hazards, like which type of hazard will occur if we are not taking a proper precaution in our biochemistry lab, and also understand the emergency procedure and waste disposable. Emergency procedure means that suppose that if you are working in a laboratory and some chemicals split into your hand. Now what is the first thing come in your mind when in that situation? That is known as the emergency procedure. Okay, and along with it, the proper emergency, like a proper first aid are present in your laboratory or not. Okay, it is very important. And the thing is that waste disposal. Okay, which is very important because there are lots of contamination, lots of accidents are occur due to only the waste disposal, means that they are not properly dispose the waste. Importance of the laboratory safety. It prevent the chemical and biological accident, because in biochemical laboratory we are handling the chemicals and biological things. Biological things means that the microorganisms. We are also handling the microorganisms. So there are lots of diseases which are occur due to that microorganism. We all know that pathogenic microorganism. These pathogenic microorganism responsible for the disease. So we have prevent both type of accident, that is your chemical and biological, and also ensure the accuracy and reliability of the experiment. It promote the culture of the responsibility along with the discipline, and protect the human health and the environment. Now there are different type of the hazard which occur in a biochemistry lab, like chemical hazard, biological hazard, physical hazard, electrical hazard, radiation hazard. Chemical hazard includes the corrosive acid, bases and solvents. Okay, and biological hazard like pathogens, blood, tissues. Physical hazard, that is your heat, sharp objects and equipments. Electrical hazard, that is your faulty wiring, open circuits. Radiation hazard, UV and radioactive materials. General laboratory rules. Now general laboratory rules matlab means that the rules which we apply in a general laboratory. Like the first one is we have to wear a proper lab attire. Like lab attire means that we have to wear a lab coat, we have to wear a gloves, we have to wear a mask, and if the hair net is used in a laboratory, then we have to wear it. Along with it, we also wear a safety shoes, which is very important. Never eat, drink, or apply a cosmetic in a lab. That I already told you. In a laboratory, eating and drinking are not allowed, and along with it, we are not allowed to apply the cosmetic. Keep work areas clean and organized. Label all the reagent clearly. This is very important. Suppose that if you are prepare a reagent and in that reagent you are not mentioning the name properly, so this will also create the problem. Follow the instruction carefully. It is also very important. We have to follow the instruction very carefully. Now personal protective equipments. Now that I already told you that in a laboratory attire, proper protective equipments are very important. Equipments includes like first one is your lab coat. So lab coat included the protect against the spills and splashes. Okay. Now, second is your gloves. Gloves are used when we are handling the chemicals and biological material. Suppose that if you are handling some harmful chemicals, like there are lots of chemicals which are carcinogenic in nature. So, like ETBR, best example of the carcinogenic is ETBR, which is used in aerosol electrophoresis. So in that time we have to wear the gloves. Goggles will also protect us from protect the eye from the splashes. Mask and face shield, it prevent the inhalation of the aerosols, and there are lots of the chemicals which we inhale if we are not wearing the mask properly. Then closed toy shoes, these closed toy shoes are what? These are the, it is a safety shoes. It protect the feet from the spills and broken glasses. Laboratory dress code, when we are working in a lab, so there are some dress code that we have to follow. The first thing is that we have to avoid the loose clothing. Along with that, jewelries are not allowed inside the laboratory. Okay, you are not allowed to wear bangles, you are not allowed to wear the watches, rings, nothing. It is totally prohibited. Tie the back long hair. Okay, open hair are not also not allowed inside the laboratory. Always wear the protective PPE kit before entering the lab, like that is your lab coat, mask, gloves, goggles, proper shoes, and remove the gloves and coats before leaving that lab areas. Chemical safety. Now, when you are using a chemical, you have to take a extra precaution, like you have to read the labels. Along with the labels, you also read the material safety data sheet, that is also known as a MSDS. Then after that, you have to use that chemical. Never smell the chemical. Okay, like there are lots of people who smell the ethanol. I think there is like 90% person who smell that ethanol. You smell that ethanol? Even ethanol is very common. Person smell the hexane, and this is very dangerous. So never smell or taste any chemical directly. Here taste means that, like if you are working with NaCl, person think that NaCl is what? It is a common salt. We can taste it. No, it is not allowed. Use fume hoods for the volatile or toxic substances. Okay, when you are handling the volatile or toxic substances, then at that time use a fume hoods. Store the incompatible chemicals separately. Dispose of chemical properly. Handling the acid and base. Okay, when we are handling the acid and base, always add a acid to water, never water to acid. Okay, this, like suppose that if you are doing a dilution of HCl. Now for dilution of HCl, what we have to do, we have to add acid into the water, not water into the acid. It is not allowed. Use a pipette heads, never mouth pipette. Okay, pipette heads will always used for the pipetting. Don't pipetting with the mouth. Wear the gloves and goggles while handling the corrosive chemicals. Neutralize the spills immediately by using the appropriate agents. Biological safety, like when we are handling a biological samples, we have to treat it very properly, like that biological sample have a capability to cause a infections into the human being. Biosafety cabinet should be used when we are handling that infectious material. Glassware should be sterile. Instruments should be sterile before and after the use. Okay, in both time, when we are using that instrument and after using, in both time we have to sterile that instrument and the glassware. Follow the aseptic techniques during the sample handling. Dispose of biological waste in autoclaves. Equipment safety, like read the manual before using any instrument. Uh, Inspect the equipments regularly for the damage. Do not use the faulty electrical cords. And when the instruments are not in use, switch off. This is a very important thing, because what students do, they use the instrument, and after using the instruments they forget to off the instrument. This are this thing is very happen in my laboratory also. What they do, they use the that instrument, like suppose that they use the hot air oven, then after using the hot air oven they forget to switch off the hot air oven. So it is not safe for the equipment, and also it is not safe for yourself also. Report any malfunction immediately. Glassware handling, when you are using any glassware, like suppose that if you are using a conical flask, so when you are using it you have to examine it for any cracks. Then handle hot glassware with tongues or gloves. Now suppose that if any glassware are in hot condition, then when you are handling it you have to handle it in a with the help of tongue or gloves. Do not force the glass tubing into the rubber stopper, and dispose of that broken glass in a designated containers only. Okay, that is your waste disposable. Okay, when you are disposing that the broken glass, you have to dispose it in a proper designated container. Fire safety, it is very important. Fire extinguisher should be present with a proper location. Okay, you cannot put that fire extension inside the laboratory. Okay, you have to put it outside the laboratory but near the laboratory, along with the blankets and alarm. Avoid open flame or near flammable. Never leave a Bunsen burner unattended. Means that if you are using a Bunsen burner, so you don't allow to leave it without any attendant. In case of fire, alert other and evacuate immediately. Electrical safety. Keep the electrical cord away from the water and heat. Avoid the overloading circuit. Ensure the proper grounding of the equipments. Turn off the power before cleaning or repairing the instruments. Handling the compressed gas cylinder. Secure the cylinders in an upright position. Label the content. Do not drop or roll the cylinders. Close valve tightly when not in use, and use our appropriate regulators. Safe pipetting practices, like when you are using a mechanical pipetting aids, never use it with the mouth. Dispose of used tips properly, and avoid creating the aerosol while pipetting the biological samples. Safe centrifuge operation. When you are using a centrifuge, you have to use it in a balanced condition. Okay, without balancing, like suppose that if you are using a two centrifuge tube, four, six, and they are all organized in a balanced way. Before centrifugation, you have to check the tubes for cracks or leak, and keep the lid closed during the operation. Wait for the rotor to stop completely before the opening. Handling the cryogenic material. When you are handling the cryogenic material, you have to wear a insulated gloves and face protection. You have to avoid it to come in direct contact with the cryogenic material, like liquid nitrogen or dry ice. Use in well ventilated areas to prevent the oxygen depletion. Waste disposal. When you have a chemical waste, then you have to label it properly and dispose it in that container. Biological waste should be autoclave. Okay, like if you are doing some handling with some biological um, thing, then you have to dispose it before or after autoclave. Then glass waste, use puncture proof containers. Sharp waste, dispose of in special sharp bins. Spill management, evacuate area if necessary. Wear a appropriate PPE kit, neutralize that chemical spills with that proper reagent, and then clean that area, then dispose it. Emergency procedure, know the location of first aid. First, the thing is that first aid kits should be available in your laboratory and you have to know it. Report all the accident immediately, right? Means that you have to prepare a proper documents for that. In case of chemical exposure, rinse the affected area at least 15 minutes. Contact emergency services if required. First aid in a laboratory, see, it is very important, and it is important for a chemical burns, like rinse with the water. For cut, apply the pressure and cover with the sterile dressing. Suppose that some chemical burn are occurred, then in that case you have to rinse that burn with the water immediately. And if the cut are occurred, so you have to apply the pressure on that cut, so that the things like the contamination which are around at that cut should be removed. Then you have to cover that cut with the sterile dressing. For inhalation, move victim to fresh air. Like suppose that some person inhale a chemical, so what you have to do, you have to move that person to the fresh air. For fire burn, use a cold water, not ointments. Good laboratory practices, that is your GLP. You have to maintain the accurate record for the experiment. Instruments should be calibrated, and approved reagent and equipment should be used, and cleanliness is very important. Labeling and storage. Okay, when you are when you are using any reagent, it should be labeled with their content, concentration and date. Store that chemical according to that compatibility group. Keep the flammable material in flame proof cabinets, and biological samples should be refrigerated. Housekeeping, keep benches and floor clean. Dispose of waste daily. Avoid clutter around the workspaces. Keep emergency exits unobstructed. Means that if the emergency areas should not be closed with any materials. Laboratory signage, like clear warning sign of biohazard, corrosive, flammable should be present. Display emergency contact numbers and post safety rules. Training and supervision are very important. Safety training should be given. Students should be work under the supervision only. Okay, and trainings are also provided to the student also. Safety and audit inspection. Audit should be done for proper records and reports. So this is all about the safety rules and regulation. I hope you will understand. If you have any query, just let me know in a comment section, and follow the ITLS Academy. Any query till now? Any doubt? Anjali, notes will be provided. Okay, I will share you this. आपको जो मैंने अभी ये जिससे लिया हुआ है ना प्रेजेंटेशन, मैं वो प्रेजेंटेशन पूरा आपके पोर्टल पे अपलोड कर दूंगी, तो आप वहां से आराम से देख सकते हो. ठीक है, इवन आज की क्लास भी मैं अपलोड कर दूंगी. बस थोड़ा सा गड़बड़ हो गया था वो क्लास का, मैं देख लूंगी उसका. बाकी सारी चीजें आपको मिल जाएगी. नोट्स आप ये कर सकते हो, लाइक अंजलि, नोट्स बनाने में क्या होता है ना कि याद रहता है, तो जो चीज पढ़ाई जा रही है उस टाइम आप लिखते जाओ, मत प्रॉपर लिखो, बट एटलीस्ट पॉइंट्स अगर बनाते जाओगे तो वो चीज क्लियर हो जाएगी. Anything else? Anybody? Anything else? गुड अंजलि. बाकी आपको ये प्रॉपर जो है जो प्रेजेंटेशन है वो मिल जाएगी. एनीथिंग एल्स फ्रॉम एनीवन? Your your class on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, right? MWF, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Okay. So in starting two lecture, we have theory. Then after that, we move to the practical part. In practical part, first we discuss the theory of that practical. Then we discuss the practical procedure and all. Then after that, we will see that the practicals videos. Okay, clear? But on Wednesday again, we discuss the theory part and we discuss about the instrumentation which we use in a biochemistry laboratory. So all of you are comfortable in English or Hindi? The language which you prefer, we will discuss on that. Okay. Okay, Madhu. We will discuss in English. Okay. Okay. So should I wind up the class for today? Okay. Thank you so much. We will meet on Wednesday with new topic. Thank you.